the day you all have been waiting for. That excitement, that light, and a little tinge of nervousness. Consistent rigor to stand out and impress. It's a new life, a life full of opportunities. College life, a journey for lifetime. Amidst all, many new friends and professional relations. Dear students, be assured these will be larger than many nations. With all these emotions, nervousness, excitement, and pride, let's all join our hands together and enter into a new, bigger, better, and grander phase of life. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to Asian Education Group Orientation Programme of Asian Law College 2020. Before we move further, I would firstly like to congratulate each one of you on having secured your position at Asian Law College. At Asian Law College, we hold an approach to legal education wherein learning experience is not only enlightening, but also enriching and inspiring. The college is committed to exploring multidisciplinary approaches through its unique curriculum and legal education, thereby adapting to the changing world in which law professionals operate. Asian Law College aims at developing knowledge, skills, and value amongst the students, and they are nourished by the critical learning teaching practices and mentored by faculty and staff members so that they have the best learning experience possible to be successful in life. Asian Law College boasts of faculties whose expertise spans across various areas of law and who have a wide range of teaching and research experience. It gives me an honor to say that it has been more than 25 years of Asian Education Group to continuously provide an internationally recognized qualification. Students with a very open heart, I welcome you all once again. Dear students, with a great joy and immense exultation, I feel privileged to welcome our eminent guests for this program who have virtually joined us. We have amongst us Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph, former Judge, Supreme Court of India and former Chief Justice, Himachal Pradesh High Court. Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph is a retired judge of the Supreme Court of India, known for his humane and compassionate approach to law. A strong supporter of mediation between the bench, Justice Joseph was known for urging parties embroiled in litigation pertaining to personal relationships to settle their disputes amicably. Honorable Justice Joseph completed his LL.B. at Kerala Law Academy Law College, Thiruvananthapuram in 1979 and enrolled as an advocate at the Kerala Bar Council in 1979. He has undergone Advanced Mediation Skills Program designed by Singapore International Mediation Center. He became a High Court judge in the year 2000 and was elevated as Judge of the Supreme Court of India in 2013. As Judge of the Supreme Court of India, Sir was involved in landmark cases like constitutional amendment of National Judicial Appointments Commission and in striking down the practice of triple tara. He was one of the 10 judges in the history of the Supreme Court of India to have delivered more than 1,000 judgments. While on the bench, he demonstrated his support for speedy delivery of justice by disposing more than 8,600 cases pending in the Supreme Court of India. Since retirement, Sir has been focusing on using ADR processes such as mediation, arbitration, and conciliation to support parties to find sustainable, long-lasting solutions. He is routinely appointed by the Supreme Court of India and the various high courts to act as a mediator and arbitrator. Sir is also on the panel of mediators of Singapore International Mediation Center. We welcome you, sir. We also have amongst us Ms. Flavia Agnes, an Indian women rights lawyer, co-founder-MAJLIS Legal and Cultural Resource Center. Ms. Flavia Agnes is a women's rights lawyer, a pioneer of the women's movement. She's worked consistently on issues of gender and law reforms. She holds an expertise in marital, divorce, and property law. She has written and published numerous articles, some of which have appeared in the journals Subaltern Studies, Economic and Political Weekly, and Manushi. She writes on themes of minorities and the law, gender and law, law in the context of women's movements, and on issues of domestic violence, feminist jurisprudence, and minority rights. And began working in the field of women in law in the 1980s, which was at the beginning of the second phase of women's movement. And since 1988, she has been a practicing lawyer at the Mumbai High Court. Her own experience with domestic violence inspired her to become a women's rights lawyer. She also advises the government on law implementation and currently advises the Ministry of Women and Child Development in Maharashtra. Along with Madhushri Datta, Ms. Agnes is the co-founder of MAJLIS, meaning Association in Arabic, a legal and cultural resource center that campaigns for and provides legal representation for women on issues of matrimonial rights, child custody, etc. Since its inception in 1990, MAJLIS has provided legal services for 50,000 women, many of them destitute, and counseled 3 times as many. She has played an important role in bringing women's rights to the forefront within the legal system and in contextualizing issues of gender and identity. A prolific writer, she has provided incisive analysis of many social trends and legal reforms, including domestic violence, minority law reforms, secularism, and human rights. She is one of the proponents of legal pluralism. Within the premise of reforms from within, she has played an important role in reforming the Christian personal laws as well as advancing the rights of Muslim women. Her more recent engagement has been with issues of democracy, secularism, and identity politics. Her organization Majlis has worked consistently in countering the rising wave of Hindu fundamentalism in country. After the communal carnage in Gujarat, India in 2002, she initiated a legal advocacy program for sexually violated women in relief camps and subsequently has brought out a publication titled Of Lofty Claims and Muffled Voices. With a very warm heart, we welcome you, ma'am. For this auspicious occasion, we have with us Professor Dr. Sandeep Marwa, President, Asian Education Group. We are fortunate enough to have his virtual presence with us for this orientation program. Students, let me introduce you to the pillar of this institution who has proven time and again that courage and strong will can take you to heights. Dr. Marwa is a well-known international media person with 7 world records to his credit. He's the founder of Noida Film City and Marwa Studios and Asian Academy of Film and Television, now one of the 10 best film schools of the world. Dr. Marwa is associated with large number of television programs, feature films, and training films. You will be amazed to know that Sir is the producer of largest number of short films in the world. Sir has trained more than 19,000 media professionals hailing from 145 different countries of the world. He is the recipient of large number of national and international awards. He has been heading more than 100 national and international media and social organizations, and he's also been recently titled as the Global Cultural Minister. Dr. Marwa is also the president of International Chamber of Media and Entertainment Industry. Sir is now the Chancellor of Aft University of Media and Arts and has been appointed as the Chief Scouts for India. The man of distinct vision and fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience and an inspiration to all of us. We welcome you, sir. We have amongst us our 3 directors who are live on campus today. Dr. Lalitya V. Srivastava, Director, Asian Education Group. Mr. Saurabh Sharma, Director, Asian Education Group. Mr. Gurdeep Singh Raina, Director, Asian Education Group. We also have with us Mr. Ashish Bhardwaj, Head Academics, Asian Law College. Light symbolizes brightness and prosperity. It removes the forces of darkness and gives us positivity. In spiritual word, light means life. Flame symbolizes wisdom and knowledge, and a lamp teaches us to be upright, to be uptight, and always rise upwards and dispel the darkness. Knowledge also removes ignorance, just as light removes darkness. With this noble thought, let us start this occasion by lighting of the lamp and take the blessings of Lord Ganesha before we start this beautiful journey of learning. I would request all the eminent guests with Professor Dr. Sandeep Marwa and all the directors to join us for the lighting of the lamp. Thank you so much, sirs. We believe that blessings and knowledge go hand in hand. With the blessings of Lord Ganesha and all our dignitaries present here, let us mark a powerful start and commence this journey of learning with our batch 2020. I would like to request Dr. Lalita V. Srivastava, Director, Asian Education Group, to give an inaugural address.
Good morning, everybody. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to this inaugural ceremony of Batch 2020 of Asian Law College. With heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries on the diet, it is always a privilege to welcome Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph, Ms. Flavia Agnes, Dr. Sandeep Marwa, my colleagues, Mr. Saurabh Sharma and Gurdeep Singh Raina, the head of Law College, Mr. Ashish, the HODs and deans of various departments of Asian Education Group, my students who are starting their journey today with us. Dear students, there is a old saying, dedicate your attention to the discipline for value addition in every aspect of life. This is a saying which I personally believe in, that if you are actually dedicated and then actually disciplined in your deeds, anything and everything that you can add value and make your life beautiful. As you are joining a very noble profession, which is the legal profession, I look at it, I perceive it as the profession which is ideally about the discipline. Whereas you, as the professionals in the legal fraternity, have got the responsibility of making your society more disciplined, then your country and the entire globe, that responsibility that comes to you. So, for doing that, I believe you as an individual need to owe this responsibility of being disciplined in your own self. And believe me, that has been the practice over a period of time that with association of this law college and the overall interaction with the corporate world, this comes to us that discipline is the way of life in a law school. So if you are living a good disciplined life, you add value. If you are disciplined in academics, you get very good results. If you are having a disciplined routine of exercise, you get good health. And similarly, for every aspect, every relation, professional or personal, if you are disciplined, structured, and organized, probably you end up getting the good results in whatever that you do in your life. So, keeping that in mind, the responsibility of being, disciplined individuals automatically comes to you. And I guess in the law school, you should start practicing the same, so that you are able to become a good legal professional. Apart from being disciplined in life, I look at there are certain research that we have done over a period of time, running this Asian Law College and studying the various law school which are prestigious. You should today, I would say, should develop certain personal and personality traits within you that would help you develop yourself as a very good professional in the tenure of your course. And the very first is the quench for knowledge. You should be actually very curious about, what I can learn about, what can I actually get as a knowledge to, have being practicing the good practices in the law, be it the subject knowledge, the history of law, the constitution, whatever there is available for you to be a good lawyer or a good legal practitioner. You should actually have that quench and start craving for it right from today when you are entering into the legal course called BALLB or LLB. The second that I look at as a professional in any sphere, and especially in the law college, when you are entering, you should be sensitive to your surroundings, right? What is happening? Who are my colleagues? Who are my people? Who are my teachers? Who, what is happening, in my surroundings? And believe me, when you are sensitive to your surroundings, each and everybody in your surroundings gives you a piece of learning every day, every moment. So you should be very selective of the people when you are there associating with them, and learn from them the most, and give them the learnings you as an individual can also give. The another important aspect of the legal education is the search and the research, right? You cannot put anything and everything in your head all the times together. The knowledge that you can always get from your teachers, from the surroundings, from the books, from the libraries. But then, when you require a piece of knowledge for your particular, case, you should be equipped with all the IT skills so that you can always fetch it for yourself, and then have that bent of researching, right? So research, innovating, giving new ideas, giving new thought process would always add the newness in your personality, and always make you a different individuals than from the other people who you are surrounded with. And uh, out of the studies that have been conducted by the Center for Skill Development at Asian Education Group and Asian Law College, this has come out, very prominent, that all the lawyers, all the legal professionals should have very good communication skills, be it vocal or in writing. Writing, of course, has got a major component, because all those legal draftings, what people do, you need to know right from the beginning, and you should have that bent, right? Each one of us have studied the basics of the language in right from our schools, but then how to develop that as a skill, how to apply it in my professional practice, and that makes me different from the others, is the key. And then I'm very happy to share that majority of the people with us, meaning I'm talking about my students, have actually participated in many of the seminar and conferences, and then legal drafting competitions in-house, and with the other university students. And believe me, they have been winner every time. So this is what I'm asking you to align is with the thought process of the law school in which you are entering. And we are very sure that our faculty members would be able to give you that kind of the help, and help you develop that bent for the research and the communication skills. And you as a group, I look at, you are entering into Asian Law College today with different perspectives, different thought process, different dreams, different goals that you must have thought of for you to achieve in in your life to come, and achieve in these 5 years or 3 years program, and then choose a career for yourself, I would say that though you are entering into the group, but please maintain that individuality, because each one of us as a human being are different individual with the different set of our abilities and capabilities. The only thing is that we need to focus. I need to have my own individual plan so that I can maintain that individuality, develop my own self as an individual, differentiating myself from the other colleagues that I'm studying with, and that is what the corporate is looking at. So you should always be very curious about the corporate knowledge, right? When I say corporate knowledge, I'm talking about the opportunities which are there, what all that you can adopt, what all that corporate people are expecting out of you, and keeping that research and everything, please make your individual development plan today, an individual goal today, have a dream today if you don't have, and then move ahead. And every day when you are coming to the campus for attending the classes and interacting with your teachers and the faculty members and the crafters and the mentors, then you actually discuss it with them and live that plan every day, implement that plan every day, and then develop your abilities and capabilities to be the perfect professionals after completing your course with us in Asian Law College. I'm very sure about whatever that I have talked about, the traits and the skills, with all the departments that are there in place, the Center for Skill Development, Research and Development Cell, the Moot Court Society, the Legal Aid Center, Corporate Resource Cell, and many more. And they are being headed by all the very qualified and talented people. So I'm very sure if you make a individual development plan for yourself, and then come along with us, come along that with to us, and then discuss it with us, I'm very sure that the people, that the faculty members and all of us here would be able to carve a very good future for you all. So with that, I'll welcome you all again to this Asian Law College and the new beginning in your life, and wish you a very successful tenure of academics in Asian Law College. Thank you so much. May God bless you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for motivating our students. I'm sure each one of us who was sitting there was truly motivated by your words. I would like to request Mr. Saurabh Sharma, Director, Asian Education Group, to give the welcome address.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph, Miss Flavia Agnes, Dr. Sandeep Marwa, my colleagues, faculty and staff members, and dear students. I welcome you all to the orientation ceremony of the 2020 batch at Asian Law College. Students, today I feel you're taking the first step towards being a legal professional. I think you have opted for one of the most prestigious and noble professions in the world. Today, law is considered to be one of the most sought after career choice by students. And the statistics prove the same. Back in 2010, there were just 16,000 aspirants who appeared for CLAT, which is the Common Law Admission Test, which has grown to almost 75,000 aspirants this year. So it's grown almost 5 times in the last 10 years. And the key reason for this significant jump in the number of aspirants is due to the fact that law offers such a huge and vast variety of career options to the law graduates. From litigation to judiciary, from academia to corporates, the list is just never ending. So the important part is to understand that you have an opportunity at hand and you should make the maximum use of it. You all will be very happy to know that law is the only profession which enables you to work or be a part of any of the 3 organs of the government, which are, as you know, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. No other profession gives you such an advantage. The next thing which I want to say to you is that you have taken one good decision by opting for this course, which is obviously important. But now you need to realize that you need to ensure that you have completed this course in a successful and a fruitful manner with full zeal and enthusiasm. I want you to treat this course as a investment you're making in yourself, because when you invest in yourself, nobody can take that away from you. So treat it like an investment, and you cannot delay working upon this investment. You cannot wait anymore. Like if I were to give an example on this, I would say that, say suppose if your parents buy you a new car and tell you that this is the only car which you can have for your entire lifetime, I'm sure that you would take ample care of it. You would ensure that it is in the best possible condition. Same way, just consider that you just get one mind and one body in your lifetime. Can you wait to reach the age of 40 or 45 or 50 to start conditioning it, to start working upon it? No, I think the time is right now. So I would want you to work upon yourself and try to prepare yourself to face the outside world and achieve whatever you have been thinking all this while for yourself. One last thing I would like to focus upon is a very important skill set, which I feel is going to be of very, very useful nature for you in this profession. And that skill set is persuasive presence. I think if you have a persuasive presence, or if you develop persuasive presence over the next few years and make it a part of your personality, you will definitely have a lot of advantage and have a lot of benefit going ahead in this legal arena. With these words, I once again welcome you all to Asian Law College, and I hope you have a wonderful journey here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such envisioning. Now, I would like to request Professor Dr. Sandeep Marwa, President, Asian Education Group, to please address the gathering.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Let me start with my favorite lines. कि सभी दिशाओं से शुभ सुंदर भाव विचार भरे नित अंतर पुण्य धरा बन जाए स्वर्ग ये मेरे यत्नों से करुणा कर. Respected Justice Kurian Joseph ji, Chief Guest of the day, respected Madam Flavia, Dr. Lalita Shrivastava, Saurabh Sharma, Gurdeep Singh, deans, faculty members, members of the management and administration, and my dear students. What I'm trying to tell you in these two lines, whether it is north, south, east, or west, whether you're in India or abroad, whether you are on the top of the hill or you're standing at a seashore, whether you are in a lush green garden and looking at some colorful flowers, or maybe looking at the most beautiful woman on earth. But the fact is, there are two things which are much more beautiful than what you can see with your naked eyes. And these two things are your thinking and your feelings. And the best part is that both the things are right within you. On this very auspicious day, let's pray. Hey Lord, give me good thinking, give me good feelings so that I can do good deeds. And through my good karmas, I would love to convert this earth into heaven. This is what I believe, and I presume that you will also believe in the same. With all these words, let me take this wonderful opportunity to invite all of you to Asian Law College. What a pleasure to see all of you today here on this very auspicious day. We are very excited with the launching of this new batch. Imagine we are now 27 years in education. Way back in 1986, I designed Noida Film City. 88, it got its clearance, and 91, we started the Noida Film City with first studio, Marva Studio, as the first professional studio of North India. But suddenly I realized that all that paraphernalia which is coming up has to be given a strength by education and by learned professionals. We got into film, television, and media education, and then no looking back. Very soon we realized that we need more discipline. We need more people to learn in this country, because I realized that this country can only grow if we have experts, if we have educated and trained people in this country. And I also realized that the job of media is not only entertainment, it's also to keep in mind the information and education. Well, we're very happy that we started 4 courses, 40 students, and now to almost 100 courses, 40,000 students altogether, the alumni and the family of Marva Studios, and scattered in almost in 145 countries of the world. Well, my dear friends, it's very important for you to understand your day-to-day affairs. I mean, every day, I have always believed that every day is an important day and you have to learn every day. The target should be that I have to grow every day. That should be your target. And let me speak two more lines here. कि काम शुरू करते नहीं भय से नीचे लोग, मध्यम तजते बीच में देख विषम संयोग, पर उत्तम वे लोग जो हर दुर्गम पथ झेल, दृढ़ता से बढ़ते कदम बाधाओं को ठेल. The fact is that people, I belong to film, television, and media fraternity, and this is one business where we have never ever bothered to divide the society on the basis of caste, creed, religion, region, color, status. Never ever. We have always believed in one dharma, and that is called love, peace, and unity through art and culture. But then I have gone a little out of way to divide the society on the basis of these three principles. कि काम शुरू करते नहीं भय से नीचे लोग. People who are lazy bums, people who have 100 excuses for one job. I have categorized all these kind of people into the downtrodden people of the society. You have to save yourself from these people because they never grow and they will just never let you grow in life. The people who belong to middle class, I mean, the one which I have categorized is the one who may, with little motivation, start little work, but the minute they see a bit of the hindrance, they try to run away from the battlefield. I've categorized these people into B class, middle class, because they are so reluctant in achieving their own goals. पर उत्तम वे लोग जो हर दुर्गम पथ झेल. Who are the people who belong to top class? People who have goals in life, people who are self-motivated, they have enthusiasm, they have zest in life, they want to do something extraordinary, they're innovative, they're hardworking, they're honest to their profession, they really want to serve the society, they want to serve the nation. I have categorized all these kind of people into the first class because they are the people who ultimately turn out to be the achievers. And what you need to be called achiever, a very important part, which is called a very strong determination. I think I'm very lucky today that today I'm also sharing this dice with no other than Justice Kurian and Madam Flavia, people who are the real achievers of this country, who have proved to the world that with honesty, with hard work, with dedication, and with passion, you can reach to your goals and you can side by side also serve the society. I think I'm looking forward for some more classes, probably in a separate account, and I will come back to you. I would love to speak to you, and I will see to it that all these years you are going till the time you're going to be in this Asian Law College, I'll see to it that you are served with every possible facility what you can even dream of. And I stand responsible for each and every word, for each and every written statement which has been said to you, and we want that our students should grow in life. And before I close, let me recite two more lines. के आगे कदम आगे कदम आगे कदम मित्रों धरो बलिदान के पथ पर कदम पथ बंद है पीछे अचल और पीठ पर धक्का प्रबल मत सोच कर ले फैसला ले बाहों में उत्साह भर जीवन समर के सैनिकों संभव असंभव को करो कण कण निमंत्रण दे रहा आगे कदम आगे कदम. Thank you very much and wish you all the best and a very, very warm welcome to Asian Law College. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such enlightening words and always motivating our students. Students, now I would like to request our eminent guest of this occasion, Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph, former Judge, Supreme Court of India and former Chief Justice, Himachal Pradesh High Court, to please address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning to all my dear students. Dear Sri Srivastava, Director, Sri Gurdeep Singh, Sri Saurabh Sharma, our dear friend Mr. Sandeep Mahava, Ms. Flavia Agnes, Mr. Ashish, the head of the Institute Academics, my dear other members of the faculty, dear parents and dear students. today is an important day in your life. Why should I say professional life? It's going to be an important day in your life. I'd just like to start from the point where your director stressed discipline. That is actually what is lacking in our country now. We do not find discipline in any institution. We expect a constitutional discipline in constitutional institutions. Unfortunately, we are not able to see that. We expect discipline in our religious institutions or religious groups or religions, let's say. We do not find any spiritual discipline there. They are all religious organizations, but we hardly see any spiritual discipline there. We expect discipline in our regulators, say Medical Council of India, say Bar Council of India, say UGC, say, take such all, they're all regulators. We do not find the constitutionally expected discipline there. So unfortunately, we are passing through a stage where, the discipline as such is lacking in our constitutional scheme of working or constitutional way of living. What is most important in democracy and democratic existence of a country is the constitutional discipline. Well, my dear students, I just cautioned you these things because you are going to you are actually not going. You are entering a constitutional life because you are going to be lawmen, not simply laymen. If you need to have good thoughts and good feelings, as Mr. Sandeep Marwat told you, you need to know what your constitution is. You need to have a constitutional framework in your mindset. You need to have a constitutional conscience. The moment you become lawman, your conscience becomes a constitutional conscience. It's not the constitution, it's not a conscience formed by your nyaya or dharma or philosophy or ideology or politics. It's all different conscience. The moment you are in the field of law, if you're a judge particularly, what you need to have is a constitutional conscience, a conscience formed by the constitution. And that should pave way to your the conscience formed by your ideologies or philosophies or whatever it is. So just note, just one sentence all through your life, your discipline decides your destiny. The discipline of this country would decide its destiny. The discipline of a judge decides the destiny of a court. The discipline of a parent decides the destiny of the children. The discipline of a captain decides the destiny of the ship or aircraft, whatever it is, yes. And you, as a student of law, while entering this field of law, you're going to be called lawmen. And the society expects so many things from you because you know what is law and you know what is lawful. Corollary, you know what is not legal, you know what is unlawful. So refrain from what is unlawful or illegal and always stick to what is legal and what is permissible and what is lawful and what is always legal and lawful is always, positive, and that is what is constitutional. So let's all come to because constitution is a way of living. You do not find in the Constitution of India a holy book like the Constitution of India anywhere in the world, where every aspect of life has been touched. But unfortunately, as Dr. Ambedkar said, however good the Constitution may be, if it falls into bad hands, nobody can save it. I'm not speaking about in the government or judiciary or any institution, but unfortunately, there is there are some problems with regard to our constitutional style of living or way of living. This is where I'm worried, particularly with regard to constitutional institutions. They need to be disciplined the way the Constitution wants them to be. And I want you people, the youngsters, to come into such positions where you will be properly disciplined. And if you are disciplined, the institution will get disciplined through you. That's why we call respected chair. The chair decides the discipline of the institution. So come on, dear young friends, I don't want to trouble you more than this. I give you sufficient thoughts for disturbance, but I just want to caution you one thing. That is regarding a fundamental duty. That fundamental duty is under Article 51A, which our former President of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam, always used to remind us to strive for excellence in, that is your college's motto also. Asian College has motto, excellence. To strive, you have to do hard work. No pains, no gains, particularly in law. It's a 24/7 affair, law, a lawman. It's not a part-time affair, or it's not a 10 to 5 affair, no. Law always, broods in your thinking, in your mindset, because, you are a lawman, both in your private life and professional life. I always used to caution judges, you are not a judge who only sit in court. You are a judge inside and outside. Your inside and outside is should be befitting of a judge. That's a very, 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 very demanding profession, or demanding caller, demanding vocation. I would rise it to a level of an occasion. It's not simply a career or a job or a profession. It's a call. Yes. So, my dear students, you have to do your hard work, strive, because excellence is not something fed into. Excellence is not something we can achieve through circuitous routes. Excellence is something which you can achieve only through hard work. That's why it's a constitutional dream, the fundamental duty, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective. That reminds us that as a citizen and as part of the society. The moment you say citizen, there is a country. The moment you say you're a person, there is a group. So you are not an individual unto yourself. You are a person belonging to a society. You are not a citizen unto yourself. You are a citizen of a country. So to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual as well as collective. In all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. So you'll have to fly high, dream high, and dream, as again Dr. Kalam reminded us, dream is not something which we enjoy while sleeping. No, dream is something which kills our sleep. A lawyer cannot sleep. He is a person 24/7, he is always something working in his mind. You may get an idea, you may get an analysis, you may get a new horizon. There's no other profession, as Dr. Saurabh Sharma reminded you, is the most exciting and exacting, both exciting and exacting. So be prepared to have such a thrilling career. You'll be facing a newer and newer situations every day. The word that you interpret today may not be the interpretation that may click to you tomorrow. So it's a newer nuances come to your life, and life becomes so thrilling, and you become achievers in society by your own individual achievement, and also by what we can provide to the development of the society, to make the society live constitutionally. So you become men of a constitutional lifestyle, and that simply means you are able to think about 3 curses in the country. One is casteism, another is communalism, third is corruption. All these 3 things kill the democracy, kill the country, kill our mother. Casteism, communalism, and corruption. My dear young friends, you must be in a position to think about all those things. We have been taking pledges every day in the assembly. India is my country, and all Indians are my brothers and sisters. But who are those Indians who are being harassed on the public, in the public road, public transports? Every day we read such stories. Harassed and killed, harassed and what? Yes, I'm not simply thinking about the sexual harassments alone. Yes, that is one aspect, certainly. I'm sure my dear sister Flavia Agnes would be in a position to say better stories on better enlightenment on those aspects also. We need to be enlightened. Why are we, when we know, all of us think, they're all sisters, but when I am unto myself, I don't see a sister, I see an object of consumption before me. Where are we in this society? You are dominating on those poor people. Surely on the basis of the imbalances. That is not Indian. Irrespective of caste, color, creed, position, gender, wealth, language, region, all are Indians. We belong to India, and India is my country. India is my great country. I'm a proud Indian. I become a proud Indian if only I'm able to treat everybody the same way I treat my own brother or sister or father or mother. To see everybody equal. My treatment towards my friend does not depend on what he has or what she has, what she is or what she is not. It depends on her dignity, his dignity. That all of us are entitled to equal dignity. That is our constitution. Constitutional values first starts with justice, equality, liberty. These are all rights, but there is a fourth constitutional value, fraternity, and that fraternity is assuring the dignity of the individual. Let's all treat others with equal dignity. Be it a woman, be it a transgender, be it a scheduled caste, be it a scheduled tribe, be it a poor man, be it an old man, be it a sick person, be it an illiterate person, be it black or white or whatever it is. Yes, everybody has a dignity as a citizen of the country. They are all of us are the sons of this mother country. For a mother, there's no difference between their children. Some may be bright, some may be deaf, some may be dumb, some may be blind, some may be ladies, female, some may be male, some may be transgender, some may be illiterate, some may be literate, some may be highly positioned, some may be rich, some may be poor. But for mother, everybody is the same. No difference at all. That's the beauty of the motherhood. And that's the beauty of the Indianness, Indian motherhood. That's what is Bharat. Nothing else is Bharat. Unfortunately, we are all divided into all these sort of casteism, communalism, and this corruption also. The moment you are corrupted, the moment you corrupt others, then you are no more an Indian, because India does not and cannot conceive of this corruption. So my dear young friends, you are going to, you're not going to, you're actually entering such a wonderful field of law where you will have a conviction on all these aspects. These are all theories which we preach now, but you will get convinced the moment you go into the constitutionalism, the moment you study constitution, the moment you study law, the moment you study the purpose of law, the moment you enjoy the rule of law in our life, and there is our discipline. Rule of law is the discipline. The moment I say I wanted to end up with like this, the discipline decides destiny means rule of law decides my destiny. I am bound to follow rule of law. You are bound to follow rule of law. There is a rule for everything, and everything should be ruled according to that rule. That is what is rule of law. Let's have a disciplined life. Let's have a disciplined country. Let's have a disciplined profession. All the best. God bless you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for such envisioning words. So as you said that discipline is the key. So dear students, I must tell you that at Asian Education Group, discipline is one of the most integral core value that we hold. And we teach you in such a way that you just don't get the right skill set, but also the right conduct, the most disciplined conduct throughout your life. Thank you, sir, once again. Dear students, at Asian Law College as an institution, we're thoroughly dedicated towards research and development, and we have a very integral R&D cell, which is responsible for the formulation of the overall guidelines related to research and publication. Research at Asian Law College aims at the advancement and dissemination of knowledge to revolutionize legal education through modern methodologies, thereby adapting to the changing world in which law professionals operate. Asian Law College publishes a biannual peer-reviewed journal, ALC Lex Vista. I'm proud to announce that on this auspicious occasion, we are releasing the ALC journal, Lex Vista, Volume 2, Issue 1. I would request our guests, Professor Dr. Sandeep Marwa, and all the directors to please do the honors and release the journal.
I wish I could join you. I'm in Mumbai right now.
So your virtual presence is there with us.
All my blessings, all my best wishes are with you.
Thank you.
Yes, we are all with you. Yeah.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request Mr. Gurdeep Singh Raina, Director, Asian Education Group, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. On the behalf of all faculty members, staff, and students of Asian Law College, I would like to welcome you all and wish you a wonderful journey ahead. In the normal time, I would have welcomed in person, but due to the pandemic situation we are living in today, I am meeting you virtually. By being here today, you have demonstrated a great deal of composure, strength, and I congratulate you for that. The 2021 academic year is far from being a normal year, but despite the challenges, we are here to support you, to guide you. It is here on this campus that you will create your future. Today, you walk into Asian Law College with blank faces that has your name, picture, and your information. What will determine your future is what will you put on that page. It is what you will fill that page with. The type of project you will be working on, the kind of activity you will be involved in, and the moot court competitions you will be participating will determine your future and your value in the outside world. At Asian Law College, our mission is to educate you, to shape you, become successful, responsible lawyers and the leaders of the future with local and global perspective. Our faculties are passionate about their profession. They have your best interest at heart. Their job is to equip you with 21st century skills, competence, and to reach your full potential. Today, I want to emphasize upon the term balanced successful life for all of you. When I say balanced successful life, I mean your health, mental peace, family, and friends. I would like to say you have to keep a correct balance for these as well, because even if you become very successful and rich in future, but you do not have a fit body or lack of peace of mind, and your relationship with your family and friends is strained, that success or money will be useless. Like most of you, one would have remembered that race which you must have run in your school as a kid, the lemon and the spoon race, where you keep the lemon on the spoon and run. So there is no point finishing the race if lemon falls. Similarly, for you in life, is lemon is your health, mental peace, family, and friends. So you have to ensure that there is a right balance between your professional life and personal life. Student, there is a saying, the best way to predict future is to create it. So together we shall create a bright future for you. There will be few bumps on the roads, but together we shall overcome all the obstacles and pay your way to success. I wish you a great journey at Asian Law College. And once again, welcome you to Asian Law College family. And remember, there's will, there is a lawyer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. Dear students, we are truly delighted to have the valuable presence of our eminent guest for this occasion, Ms. Flavia Agnes, an Indian women's rights lawyer and co-founder MAJLIS Legal and Cultural Resource Center, who has virtually joined us today. Ma'am, I would please like to request you to address the gathering.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this very august gathering And I feel highly honored that I am part of the same panel as Justice Kurian, Honorable Justice Kurian, because he may not know this, but I'm a great admirer of his. And many of his judgments, in fact, I get very stunned by his knowledge, by the way he writes the judgment, very precise, very much to the point, and very easy to understand. So I really feel highly privileged that I'll be speaking on the same panel as Justice Kurian, so that I get an opportunity to convey this to him personally. Thank you, sir. And distinguished guests has spoken to you, and particularly the director, the Asian Law College, other faculty members, to give you a lecture to inspire you into the legal profession. And I'm very, very happy to know that my name figures among those whom the students think can be an inspiration. That itself is, I think, a high honor for me, because I don't belong to any formal institutions, not even a law faculty, nothing. I function more as an independent person, working my way through this labyrinth of law and anchoring myself into a domain that is very much needed, that is women's rights. So that is where my expertise lies. I joined the women's movement in 1980. And from 1990, I have consistently worked in this field in all different aspects. All different aspects in the sense of trial court litigation, high court litigation, imparting training for judges, for NGOs, for community people, writing articles, as well as doing public interest litigation, or trying to reform the law concerning women. So when somebody mentioned here that you have a vast field ahead of you when you enter the legal profession, that's really true. Even within the confines of focusing and anchoring myself within women's rights, one can do a lot of different kinds of work and different kinds of activity, which are very much needed in our society. So I just want to start with a small incident here, that when I joined the women's movement in 1980, the important aspect there was rape. We were concerned about a Supreme Court ruling in the rape of a 16-year-old Adivasi girl. Her name was Mathura. She was hailing from a rural district of Maharashtra. She was raped by policemen inside the police station, where she was called for interrogation on a complaint filed by her own brother. She was an orphan. She was illiterate. She was poor. She was tribal. You could imagine that she had every type of vulnerability one can imagine. And the Sessions Court had acquitted the policemen on the issue of consent. Since there were no marks of injury on her body, the court felt that she had not resisted. And since she had not resisted, it was consent. The matter went on in appeal to the Nagpur bench of the High Court, Bombay High Court. And the High Court judge presiding over this case reversed the Sessions Court judgment and stated that a quiet acquiescence is not consent. Consent has to be voluntary. And absence of marks of injury on the body does not constitute consent, and convicted the policeman. The matter went to Supreme Court, Tukaram versus State of Maharashtra, 1978 judgment. Rather unfortunately, Supreme Court reversed the judgment, upheld the Sessions Court judgment, which had held that Mathura is a liar. She had made up this story to appear virtuous, before her brother who had filed a complaint, before the madam in whose house she worked. And that was really shocking. But this judgment would have remained there and would not have come into the public domain because there was no television as we have today. Issues concerning law were not major news items in those days, and it would have quietly buried there. But a law professor of the Indian Social Institute came across this, and he was horrified. So 4 law teachers got together and wrote an open letter to the Chief Justice of India. Not only that, that open letter was published in almost all newspapers. And in that letter, it was stated, and one of the leading lights there was Professor Upendra Bakshi, a renowned jurist who we honor and we respect very much even today. He keeps writing on contemporary issues even today. Where is the letter stated that this judgment of the Supreme Court will muffle out the hopes of millions of Mathuras in this country, because a rape within the police station of a 16-year-old girl, if the Supreme Court doesn't believe that girl, then something is drastically wrong with our judges, with our society, with our entire system. So their request that time was this judgment should be reviewed and it cannot be allowed to stay in the statute books in the form that it is. Judges responded saying, we don't make the law. We only interpret the law. We only give the judgment. Which today I know it's not true. Judges make the law all the time, every day, in fact. Not only Supreme Court, even in the trial court, even in the High Court, constantly the lawmaking process goes on. But in those days, we were quite naive, and then we believed the judges, and then the whole struggle started to bring in law reform in concerning rape. So this is the story of 1979, 1980. And with this protest against this judgment, in a way, the women's movement in India started. And March 8th was celebrated as Anti-Rape Law Day. I've been associated with the movement since then. Almost 40 years have gone by. And one has worked on so many different fronts on the issue of violence against women, whether it is domestic violence, whether it is dowry death, whether it is rape law, whether it is sexual harassment or molestation of girls. And yet, after 40 years, when I'm speaking to the students today, I'm still confronted with the same type of violence, or even worse, that it's not a police station, but it is the civil society. The girl is tribal. Mathura was 16, this girl is 19, that's the only difference. Again, she's poor, she's tribal, she lives in a village as an outcast, her entire family as an outcast. She is so brutally raped that the bones in her body were broken. She was strangulated, and in the process, her tongue got cut. One cannot imagine the work that has gone on by bringing in protocols. For instance, protocols to the hospital, to the investigating machinery, what a police should do, what a police should not do, what a doctor should examine, what a doctor should write in the report. All this is very clearly stated. And yet, after 40 years, we have a case where the girl has died. At least Mathura had not died. Here the girl is dead. Her dignity is violated, not just by the rape, but also by the manner in which her body was burnt. Even that dignity awarded to a dead body was denied to her by the state machinery, by the police. And subsequently, there are rumors, there are news items that maybe she was not really raped because no sperm was found in the medical forensic report. The We have come a long way. Mathura did not have injuries on her body. Here we have a case of brutal injuries. The examination, her internal examination was conducted. She was raped on 14th of September. The medical investigation happened on the 22nd, which is after 7 days. And everybody knows that if a medical examination is conducted after 72 hours, there will be no evidence of sperm inside her vagina. And yet, somebody, high police officer like a DGP or district magistrate comes out with statements to the press saying that she was not raped. I have two concerns here. Because after the Nirbhaya case, when in Parliament, our parliamentarians stated the next day that rape is worse than death. Many of us came out saying rape is an injury. Rape is a violation, but it cannot be worse than death. Because many rape victims have come out, including Mathura, and have lived their lives. But today I'm questioning myself, because here the death has happened. But everybody, the entire society debates whether she was actually raped or not. Maybe she was not raped. Rather than arguing, yes, it was rape, I want to question whether her death, does it become any less significant to the entire society and to the investigating machinery because they could not find evidence of rape? She was violated, she was treated with indignity through the rape, through the investigation, through the medical examination, and through her cremation, the way she was burned. We cannot even call it a cremation. The way she was burned to death. So imagine how many newer questions this case brings out, far more than Mathura in 1980. So the question to me personally is, 40 years down the line, in the context of a very vibrant women's movement, which is constantly looking at various laws, constantly looking at whether these laws meet the constitutional standards, whether these laws are followed, whether these laws are have any use on the ground level in rural India, with the judges, with the police, with the investigating machinery, with everything? And the answer is no. The answer is no, because whatever law reform happens, it remains at a very high level, does not filter down, does not enter our courts, does not enter our police stations. And they continue having the same old archaic values regarding women in general, regarding rape in particular. The people in the village, upper caste people, want to say that this was honor killing, that her own family must have caused this violence on her. So imagine the deterioration that has gone into the status of a woman, the violence that is perpetuated on the woman. In the today's context, what does it bring out? In the context of today, what it brings out is, despite a very dynamic, vibrant judiciary at the Supreme Court level and also in our high courts, despite a lot of women activists taking on this issue, despite a country generating so many lawyers, in the last 10 years, we said from 16,000, the number today has increased to 80 to 90,000. So many young aspirants want to be lawyers, want to study law, want to, as Justice Kurian said, once you learn the law, you are not a lay person, you are a law person. You live by constitutional values. Your entire framework has to be constitution, never mind which branch of law you practice. Then what has happened? Where have we gone wrong? Why is this attitude towards women not changed at all? Why do we continuously subscribe to the notion that yes, there are laws, but women are misusing the law? Every time I talk to law students, This one question that comes up again and again and again. But ma'am, women are misusing the law. But ma'am, women are misusing the law. But you see the number of women who are killed in their matrimonial home. You see the number, even today. You can say it is dowry, you can say it is suicide, you can say anything at all. But after marriage, a girl is not safe in her husband's home. She's not safe on the streets. She's not safe in a village. She's not safe in her own home. So I wonder where we are going. Where is our law education going? And what kind of values will we take with us as we become lawyers or law persons in our country or wherever we are? So my question to you is not to upset you on this very auspicious day, to say that it's a wonderful world you're entering. We are very happy you're entering this world. It's not a really wonderful world. It's a world full of challenges. You may succeed, you may not succeed. You may make money, you may not make money. You may get a corporate job, or you might be practicing in the Supreme Court with a very lucrative profession. But that will be very few in number. The vast majority of our lawyers are struggling in lower courts, in trial courts, in different sections. And if you go further into rural area, there are no lawyers, there are no NGOs, there is nothing there. And I feel that every lawyer must have a duty to at least do per year 1 or 2 pro bono cases, as it is in many countries. Otherwise, we have a clear segregation. Or they are proper lawyers, they do commercial law. And then we have NGO lawyers who do women's issues, human rights issues. So there is a clear kind of a division that is here. And yet, when we talk about rights, when we talk about constitutional values, when we talk about democracy, citizenship, it is this set of lawyers who are in the forefront and who are taking up very challenging issues. And I hope amongst you, at least there will be a few who will take up. If you have invited me today, somewhere I feel you are respecting what I have done in my life. And if you are respecting what I have done, then the only way you can express this gesture of honoring me is to follow the kind of work I do, is to take up issues of human rights, to take up issues which are not glamorous, take up issues that concern the most marginalized, the least important person in our life, because she and he are equal part of our democracy. When their rights are being crushed, we as a lawyers have a duty. We have a duty to challenge the laws that come in, the procedure that goes on, the injustice that is being done. And Professor Justice Kurian mentioned that our society is ridden by casteism, communalism, and corruption, and also by gender injustice. Our society is ridden with gender injustice. And more we take a leap forward, I feel somewhere we are again and again getting pushed to the background. And I feel the legal professionals overall have a duty, a special duty here. Whether in a trial court, whether in the corporate world, whether in the Supreme Court, you have a duty to defend the rights of the most marginalized, who are citizens of this nation, who are part of our democracy. And I hope that at least a few of you will emerge as champion of women's rights, champions of human rights. Because if you enter uncharted terrain like I did, somewhere your work will be recognized in the long run. Somewhere you will get honor, somewhere you will get recognition, not because you are seeking it, but it comes to you because of the type of work you have done. So it's a great honor for me to continue this great line of speakers who have spoken before me, and particularly Justice Kurian and the way he has guided you. And I hope my lecture today is also following the same pattern, where you were to guide you, to give you a direction to charter this journey that is ahead of you. And I wish each of you the very best of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your vision and knowledge with our students. Your valuable work in the field of law is very empowering and encourages all of us to stand against the wrong. And students, I would say this is also a call. Clearly, this is a call that we as a society need you. We need lawmen, and for that matter, we need law women. The layman needs the lawful man. I'm sure that every student sitting here must have learned something new, and the kind words of our esteemed guests would have instilled immense amount of motivation in all of you. We are truly happy to have both of them with us today. We offer our gratitude by presenting a memento. For Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph, thank you so much, sir, for being here. For Ms. Flavia Agnes, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
I would now like to call upon the stage Mr. Ashish Bhardwaj, Head Academics, Asian Law College, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. A very warm good afternoon to one and all. It's indeed my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks. On behalf of Asian Education Group and Asian Law College, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph, sir, former Judge Supreme Court and former Chief Justice, Himachal Pradesh High Court. Sir, it's indeed an honor to host you virtually, and I would like to reiterate a few lines which was addressed by current Attorney General Shri K.K. Venugopal, sir, in our farewell ceremony which took place in the corridors of Supreme Court. He said, and I quote, "If we were to vote for the nicest judge, Kurian Joseph will win," unquote. Indeed, you are the most passionate and compassionate judge which India as a country and Indian judiciary has the chance to witness. Thank you, sir, for being with us and showing us the constitutional values which are much required in a society to progress. And I, as a head, assure you, sir, by the time the students finish their journey, whether in BLLB or LLB, the constitutional values and moral values will be embodied in their soul. Thank you, sir, once again. Further, I would like to extend my gratitude to Ms. Flavia Agnes, Indian women rights lawyer and co-founder-MAJLIS Legal Research and Cultural Center. Ma'am, I have been reading your books since the time when I was doing my LL.B, and it's indeed a pleasure and honor on personal as well as on professional front to host you virtually. Your family law books are itself an authority on the subject, and I thank you, ma'am, for writing such a, I would say, explaining such beautiful concepts in such a lucid language. And once again, I would like to acknowledge the unconventional and out-of-box thinking which was demonstrated through your short address. We will look into it, ma'am, and we are very sure out of this law, there are students who are taking up this law not only as a glamorous profession, but they really want to do something for the society and bring the necessary change. Thank you, ma'am. Moving ahead, I am grateful to Professor Dr. Sandeep Marwa, sir, President Asian Education Group. Thank you, sir, for always being a source of inspiration for us. I am grateful to Dr. Lalitya Veer Srivastava, sir, Director Asian Education Group. Thank you, sir, for always being with us in all our academic and non-academic endeavors. I am grateful to Mr. Saurabh Sharma, sir, Director Asian Education Group. Thank you, sir, for the constant guidance and support which we receive. I am grateful to Mr. Gurdeep Singh Raina, sir, Director Asian Education Group. Thank you, sir, for the constant and persistent motivation which is rendered from your side to us. Further, I am grateful to Professor Dr. Salim Akhtar, sir, Director Academic Advisory Board, ALC. I am grateful to all academic and non-academic staff of Asian Law College. I acknowledge the support of IT team who have tendered their support and cooperation in making this inaugural a success. And last but not the least, I welcome and I'm grateful to all the students who are there in this inaugural ceremony. And I once again welcome them to one of the most disciplined, dedicated, and devoted institution of law. Thank you.
Fantastic. Heartiest congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Esteemed guests, Honorable Justice Kurian Joseph and Ms. Flavia Agnes, our Chairman, Professor Dr. Sandeep Marwa, and all the directors, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to all of you. We are most grateful and thankful to all of you for sparing time from your busiest schedules to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. Students, as Brian Herbert says, the capacity to learn is a gift. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill, but the willingness to learn is a choice. So keep learning and always keep progressing. On this note, we wrap up the program, and once again, we welcome all of you to the most beautiful years of your life. If God gave me a chance to go back in life, I would definitely choose college days. Keep the spark shining throughout, and we hope that when we meet during the farewell party, I would see the same shine in your eyes. All the best and welcome once again.